Everybody, I'm here with a very special guest. We are highlighting women in sports during Women's History Month, and I'm here with Caiti Donovan, who is co-founder of the SheIs organization. Caiti, welcome.
Thank you very much.
And I'd like you to start off by telling me what is SheIs and what is it that you guys do?
Excellent. So SheIs is an organization that was founded in 2017, launched to the public in May of last year, with the ultimate goal of uniting the sports world around elevating women's sports. Mm-hmm. And first and foremost, our kind of call to action is that we treat women's sports as the business that it is, rather than as a cause. Mm-hmm. So when we're working with our collective partners, which include WWE, WNBA, USTA, National Pro Fast Pitch, really all of the women's leagues have come together for the first time to unite in this kind of common goal. And whenever we're working with them, our approach is to really put it out to the public that these are businesses, these are athletes, these are organizations that are worth supporting, not because we need to hand them charity, but because there is true athleticism there. There is true entertainment value. There is true opportunity to show young girls role models that are worthy of being looked up to.
Now, sports is something that were always something important to you. How did you get started in this field? I know that sometimes men may look at us and say, why do you like sports so much? Like, how did that get started?
So sports has always been incredibly important to me. It's always been incredibly important to my co-founder. We have my dog with us. Yes, we have a little guest. So my co-founder was the first commissioner of the Canadian Women's Hockey League. So obviously sports has always been with her. For me, I've come more from the tech background and the for-profit world, and on more of the media and entertainment side. So with Viacom and Spotify previous to this, but always integrating sports into what I had done from a revenue perspective and growing the business of it. So we really approached it, and we're currently approaching it from that perspective and looking at it and saying, we have both had sports have an impact on our lives in a really positive way, and in a way that has helped us to be better leaders, to influence more opportunities, to create more access for whether it's other young girls or other leaders up and coming, whatever that might look like. And so we wanted to create something that focused on doing that in a bigger and more expansive way.
What is something that you think needs to be done in order to create that same feeling that people get when they watch, let's say, an NBA game, to come out and support a WNBA game? Media, social media as well. Like, what is it that needs to happen for that engagement to happen?
So first and foremost is butts in the seats and eyeballs on the screen. This is our call to action, is to the fans, because we look at that and we say, rather than us continuing to have the conversation, which is an important one, about how media covers this, how we put resources from sponsors into this, those are important conversations. We need to have those. But we also have kind of looked at it and gone, there's a third element here, and that's butts in seats. That comes down to the fans. That comes down to the general public sitting there and going, you know what, I want to put action behind my words. I support women's sports. I'm going to show that I support women's sports. I'm going to buy a ticket. I'm going to turn on Twitter when it's live streaming. I'm going to flip on my computer. I'm going to flip on my TV whenever it's showing. And I'm going to watch those games, because those are the numbers that ultimately make the difference. If the butts and seats are there, if the attendance is there, everything else follows. Everything else follows that.
So do you think that maybe the men in the sports need to support more? Because maybe if they start showing more support towards the women's sports, whatever league that it is, then they may generate some buzz?
I'm going to say it's everybody. Like, I don't think that this comes down to men supporting more, women supporting more. It comes down to everybody making that conscious decision, regardless of gender, that you believe that women's sports are worthy of your support. And that can be at the very youngest ages, and making sure that you're supporting your daughter getting into sports as much as you are your son, whether you're a mom or a dad. That can be at the college level, when you're choosing, you know, which games am I going to head out to this weekend? Or when am I going to go and support from my alma mater? Like, go and watch the women's games. As, I mean, we had that UConn game that happened a few weeks ago, and that record attendance, 17,000 people showing up for that. Like, that shouldn't be an anomaly. That isn't an anomaly.
It's not an anomaly, exactly.
Right.
Yes.
And we're seeing more and more of that. We want to embrace more and more of that. And it shouldn't come down to we need certain people to back this. It's a collective effort. It's everybody standing up together and saying, it doesn't matter. What I believe is that these women are worth supporting. That they are athletics that are entertaining, that are engaging, and that's why I'm showing up.
Now, with SheIs, you guys have ambassadors around. What's their job exactly?
So theirs is to be kind of that lead voice, and they're across, 11 different sports now, 12 different sports. So it really is kind of an all-inclusive effort. But their voice is to really kind of exemplify this message, that it is a call out to the fan base. It is an opportunity to engage more with that butts and seats, eyeballs on screen type of mentality. So we really rely on our ambassadors, and it's elite athletes, you know, like Alex Morgan and Kendall Coyne Schofield, who are, you know, taking that from the athlete perspective. But then it's also media personalities, Tessa Bonham, you know, up in Canada. Or it is leaders within the business side of the world, Stephanie McMahon, Lisa Borders. It's these women who, and men for that matter, who are stepping up and saying, this is important. And the organization is doing work to unite us all and to bring all of our voices together in a way that can amplify really successfully.
So can everyday people become a part of SheIs, or how can they support?
Absolutely, and we need everyday people to be a part of this. So in the first instance, we are creating a database of 1 million engaged women's sports fans. And the first entry point to that, to become a part of the SheIs Nation, is through our current campaign, which is called the SheIs Challenge. So it's super simple. You go on to sheissport.com and you sign up. As soon as you sign up, that unlocks $1 that we are committed to giving back to youth organizations to help grow the youth engagement for girls' sports. What that also does is gives you access to the SheIs world. So that means that we'll be sending you exclusive opportunities to participate in various different events. We are tearing down the barrier of making, you know, it's typically still unfortunately a little bit difficult to find out where events are happening, like where women's sporting events are happening. So we're tearing that down. You're getting a monthly email with a whole bunch of events.
Very good.
That you can possibly go to with easy links to click through, to watch or attend.
Yes, and I agree with that, because in the process of me creating this Women in Sports series, I mean, I had to really dig and search for different organizations and outlets and stuff like that to try and communicate and try and make this series happen. So yeah, that's awesome.
Tearing that down.
Guys are doing that. Yes.
So, and then it's also giving the first base for community engagement. So as we continue to grow out that SheIs Nation, what we're asking people to do is to share whenever they watch or attend. Because step 1 is sign up, step 2 is watch or attend. So we want people to get out to those games. We want them to share those pictures when they are watching it online or when they're watching it on their TV, to share with their community that, hey, I've taken part in the SheIs challenge, but I'm also putting that action behind my words. I'm not just saying that I support it, I'm actually going out and I'm showing you that I support it as well. And so we're going to start collecting all of those pictures and those instances and starting to create real community engagement around women's sports with that.
Awesome. And I would ask all of my media colleagues to also do what I'm doing and support women's sports whatever way that they can, because just like you said, you need butts and seats, but you also need the attention, and you need the cameras there, you need the phones, social media. So it's a collective effort, and let's make this happen, because it's possible.
It is possible.
There's no reason why a WNBA game shouldn't get as much attention as an NBA game if their competitiveness, they're both elite athletes and they're both entertaining to watch. Why can't it happen? So yes, absolutely. All of us, let's make the effort and go follow. Where can people follow SheIs?
So on Twitter and Instagram, it's at Team SheIs, and on Facebook, it's SheIs Sports, and then the website is sheissport.com.
Awesome. Well, Caiti, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very much. Oh, I almost forgot. I can't believe this. I almost forgot that thanks to one of our sponsors, which is Spa on the Go, they wanted to gift the ladies who were in part of the series.
Oh, fantastic.
With a spa day. A little gift certificate for you valued at $220.
Amazing.
And you can get facial, massage, whatever it is that you need. And that's just a little gift on behalf of us for being part of the sports world. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This will definitely go to good use.
Not only are you going to get a spa day, but also thanks to our friends at Orfix, you will have some great workout socks.
Amazing.
Orfix is one of the leading companies when it comes to socks for athletes, and they partnered with us for this series, specifically for this series, because they wanted to support women in sports as well. So you're going to be receiving a package from Orfix. Thank you to them. And again, thank you, Caiti, for doing what you do.
Those will come in great use because I am training for the Boston Marathon right now.
So
perfect timing.
Perfect timing. You will be at the Boston Marathon.
There you go.
So thank you, Caiti, and thank you guys for watching. Make sure to watch our next episode with another woman in sports.